Hey everybody. Yes, I'm driving. But I want to talk to you today about something that has been powerfully demonstrated to me over the last 3 years, but definitely over the last 24 hours in a very concentrated way. So I want to say this to you, like, one of the things we talk about on this channel a lot is about, being in your high vibration. Okay? And I want to kind of parse this out for everybody because I feel like I see some things in my own behavior, in my own experience, and I'm very intentionally aware of how I'm communicating to all y'all, all right, on this channel. And I want to say one thing. When we're talking about relationships, we're talking about, I know that when I do readings and things like that, and I'm talking about a lot of, relationship challenges, relationship, the patterns, the kinds of unconscious things that we keep looping into all the time. And I do feel like Twin Flame, one of the gifts of Twin Flame is that it is showing you all of your own bullshit, okay? It is showing you. That's why you're here, because you have decided to show up consciously to see all your own bullshit. I mean, that's powerful, okay? And one of the biggest reflectors I feel in the Twin Flame journey is about self-worth and value and who you are intrinsically as a soul, as a person, but as a spiritual being here with intrinsic value, regardless of your behavior or your ability to do anything, okay? Even when we talk about getting into high vibration, even that is like about a human doing, not a human being, right? This is why mindfulness is so important, because I feel like mindfulness can ground you in this intrinsic value of yourself. There is no need to do anything, okay? There's no need to do anything. You're super valuable just by your presence, just by being, okay? And that's one thing that I do feel like a lot of the unconscious patterns, a lot of the things that are reflected to us in this Twin Flame journey is to get us into this place of understanding that we have intrinsic value. We have value just by our very existence. There is no need to be anything other than what we are. All this other stuff, all the other things that we talk about when we talk about getting into high vibration, yes, that is true. Those are all things, but I also feel like sometimes people can get into these, like, I gotta be better, I gotta be something else other than what I am in order to attract a powerfully authentic relationship. So if you look over the course, I right now I'm thinking and I'm feeling about something about the 80s relationships, the 80s experience of the power suits, and very masculine behavior of that decade. That is a decade where I came of age, high school, college, first career experiences. My family was very much a career family, and so that was rewarded, and I correlated success in that realm to being a valuable person. How I showed up in my career was going to prove to other people that I was super valuable. And it was only when I really relinquished that pattern, and it's not completely gone, but when I really relinquished that and really channeled into my more authentic mission that now I see the intrinsic value of just the work itself, or just the experience of, you know, what I'm here to do, regardless of who anybody else thinks it's of value or not. And I know that these things are all tied up together. Same thing with relationships, that, you know, we have this value, especially in the United States. I'm not sure about other countries, but I know I have experienced it, that there is some kind of value, inherent value placed on women. I'm just going to speak for myself. My own experience with being a woman in the United States in the 20th and 21st century is there is some kind of unconscious value, maybe conscious value, placed upon women who are in quote-unquote successful relationships. And those who are not in relationship can have struggles with their own self-worth and value because there's not another person who says, hey, you're valuable, and so I'm going to be with you. And so that's why I feel like I'm starting to learn to explain why, because I think this is one of the hardest things for people to get into Twin Flame, is that it's not about relationship. And I feel like one of the reasons that it's not about that is that we have this belief, or this very, very core agreement with our culture that we are somehow inherently more valuable when we're in relationship versus when we're not in relationship. And that's why relationship to self, and that's why self-worth and all of those things are so important in the Twin Flame journey, because that's what it's teaching us, is that we don't need that. Your value is not outside of yourself. Your value does not exist because, hey, you are somebody who attracts another human being, another spiritual being to you. That inherently makes you more valuable. So there's a lot of self-worth stuff wrapped up in this, in what I'm saying to you today. And I want to also say to you that the next thing that I want to do is give you strategies to help you, you know, get out of these loops, get out of these squirrel cages about, well, in order for me to be valuable, I need to be thin, I need to be a certain, you know, height, weight, color, expression of culture. I need, whatever your culture is, right? Like, I need to be a certain thing in order to be valuable. And I'm here to say to you right now, you are valuable. And I know that, like, that may not seem important. Like, oh, well, just saying I'm having worth and value has never done it for me. I don't know how to do that. I need some strategies. I need some things. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Here's what I'm going to offer you, or recommend to you, or say, hey, this is something that, in my experience, now what I am learning is that if I am setting intentions, this is why intentions to me are becoming more and more. I'm not saying that they were always like, woo, I think intentions are off the chart valuable, but I'm starting to really open up to the idea that just having an intention of something and showing up for it and putting energy behind that, this is truly what the law of attraction is all about. It is the intentionality of, this is something that I'm going to do in my life. This is something that I really feel like is powerful for me, or this is some clear expression of one of the reasons why I'm here, mission, things like that. Remember, valuable without doing mission. You're valuable without doing one damn thing. Okay? But here's the interesting part of this is intentionality. And I've heard Dolores Cannon, I've heard a lot of different gurus, I've heard definitely Abraham Hicks talk about intentions, the power of intention. And I guess I never understood enough what that meant, okay? And, you know, intention is powerful when there's positive, excited, joyful high vibration energy behind it. Every day you step up to this. So when I started this channel, it's not like every morning I get up and go, I am building my channel. I just am. I just do it because I have excitement behind that action, because of the, first of all, because of the what it allows me to do. This channel, how this allows me to be in other people's lives, or have some kind of platform or voice or whatever this is. And I can't tell you, even the people just around me in my small circle of friends or connections that I have, how I have been able to show up for them. And now back to the self-worth thing. I did find myself feeling like I had a higher value or self-worth because I was able to do that for people, or because I was able to show up in a certain way for people. And now I'm really seeing that instead of it being like, hey, here's a cookie for doing something nice for somebody else, I'm starting to see that what's really driving this channel, what's really driving my making videos every day, what's really driving this is my own authentic curiosity, my own authentic nature, my own authentic communicator, my own authentic person. I don't show up for you every day as the same exact, hey, remember Jane Fonda in the 80s? Again, I'm channeling the 80s today, I guess. But remember that? It was like, you gotta be, yay, you gotta be this, you gotta be that in order to really do something. Some days you're gonna feel like shit. Some days you're gonna feel lower vibration, experience, emotion, or some days you're just not gonna, and there are definitely things that maybe when you feel that way, you get up and you go to the gym and stuff like that, and that's all great. But, at some point, feeling those feelings is really good. You don't really need to do anything to get yourself out of that loop unless it becomes a problem and a block for you in your life. But feeling the feelings as they come up is really part of the goal, is part of the experience of being human. And if we start placing value on, being always happy, right? Like in the Lego movie, everything is awesome, right? If we place a lot of value on that, we're never really feeling our feelings. We're not really being authentic. Okay, so this is really a movement back into authenticity, and that is what your intentionality for your mission, for being in your true authentic stream of whatever this is, this true authentic energy, okay? And that can mean that you're not always like, for me, it was always about being positive. It was always about being, and you see me, I'm naturally, part of my authentic self is positive. But sometimes my authentic positive nature, if I hold on to it through something that isn't authentic for me, then it is not positive. It is a mask. Okay, do you see what I'm saying here? Even though that is truly authentically who I am, if I am holding on to that in order to feel better about myself, or in order to get out of feeling other feelings that I may not want to feel at that moment, then I am not authentic. Then it's a mask. Okay? So when we talk on the channel, I guess part of my learning here is to unwrap this for myself and share with you my unwrapping of this, which is, it's not so much that I am, I don't even know what the words are, but I feel like these are not the right words, but I'm going to say them anyway. If I feel like I'm pushing you to be more in high vibration, which I know I have done, is it now what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing is about being more in the authenticity lens a genuineness to those vibrations. So when you're like, it's not enough to see the scale of high vibration, and I will put that on the channel somewhere, Colleen. I will find that chart of like what's high vibration and what the frequencies are and all of that. If you're doing that in order to escape your true authentic feelings or experience, it's not true high vibration. Okay? And the more value, the more of your own intrinsic value that is shared, the more of that vibration that's truly you, that is what attracts another person who is also sharing that experience. I used to believe that if I was in this high vibration spiritual, whatever it is, a master of ceremonies, I don't know what I'm going to say here, something like that. Like if I'm in this, like, then I will, I really have believed, and I'm not sure if this is not true or whatever, but I'm having this like very much an unwrapping today about like, oh, I'm expecting my counterpart to also be somebody who is in high vibration mission and all of this kind of stuff, and I might be creating resistance because I am so wrapped up in this idea of being in high vibration, especially out of the authentic nature channel of when you're in this and it's truly authentic and you are feeling joy from it, even if like the circumstances around you don't reflect that, even if there's a lot of stuff. Look at this. I'm sorry. I am driving in Massachusetts. It's impossible for me to drive without going, look at this weirdo. See? That's authentic. That was my natural reaction to be like, that guy is unsafe. This guy is unsafe. So I'm going to let him go. I'm not going to deal with this. Okay. So, all right. So let me just say this to you as to me wrap up this video. Intentionality is everything. And putting your own genuine, authentic feeling at any given time behind your intention of what it is that you are on mission to accomplish, knowing your mission, being in that true authentic excitement about it, and then allowing for fluctuation, allowing for daily fluctuation. I feel like it might be a Christ consciousness to be only in one vibration consistently. Christ wasn't even in that vibration consistently, so it was even a challenge for him. So give yourself a break, right? And just sit with this idea, with this awareness, if this does resonate for you, okay? Just sitting with this awareness that I am. This is why I am is the most powerful statement. I am. I am enough. I am valuable. I am. That's why this is so powerful. Okay? Now I'm going to move over and I'm going to get on the mass bike and I'm going to stop making a video. But I just wanted to make that video for you.